till the light comes shining through.
No, I can't. I can't wait till the light comes shining through. Oh, well, I'm feeling a bit, not really, shouldn't really be filming a video, although I have filmed videos when I've been in quite an emotional state. I did a live, I've deleted it, when I thought, this is it, I'm dying. Just feeling a bit, I don't know, today. I mean, my mood is down because it's raining and him indoors is working from home, which always gets me down. Because I can't get on with what I want to do. I can't do stuff properly. I can't film. Well, I'm filming this, but I can't film the videos to my other channel with him just above my head. He's got his office back. I won't show you it now. It's still got stuff in it, but we went to IKEA Monday. What day are we? Oh, Alexa, what's the date?
It's Thursday, the 22nd of August.
Right, you heard. 22nd of August 2024. So on Monday, Mark had Monday off. I think he gets every other Monday off now, something. Still works the same hours, but it's, you know. So we went to IKEA. The desk he was going to get is out of stock and doesn't look like it's going to come back in stock. So he has got the same desk, it's just a different colour. He was going to get one with a wooden colour top, but doesn't seem to be available. So it's either a sort of a tealy blue colour or all white. All white! So he got the all white one. And then I had this little cabinet that I've had ages that I was going to have for somewhere else, and I decided not to use it. So he's now got a big desk and a cabinet on one side of the study slash stock room. I've cleared a lot of it out. There's still stuff to do, but you know, in a few weeks it will be all clear. I'm gonna have a breakfast. It's only 8:35, but I've not been shopping for food for, it seems like an eternity. It's probably only 2 weeks. I'm quite short of cash. Well, money, I don't often use cash. I'm short of money until I get paid. So I'm sort of eating everything up in my cupboards and in the freezers, so it's getting a bit boring. And the things I want more are fresh stuff, you know, salads and things like that. But I'm eating tinned and frozen at the moment just because, just waiting those few days until I actually get some money. So I'm going to have a cooked breakfast today. So for my cooked breakfast, I'm going to have 3 Linda McCartney vegetarian Lincolnshire sausages. I'm going to have a small tin of no added sugar Heinz baked beans. I'm going to have 2 free-range eggs from farms in Yorkshire, and 1 or 2 slices, it's nearly all gone, this is homemade bread, homemade sourdough. Let's just smell it. Yeah, it's okay, it hasn't gone mouldy yet. It's sourdough from a sourdough bread machine mix. I don't do to do proper sourdough you need to do this sort of sourdough starter thing, and you need to do a separate thing, and it's got to, I don't know, it's a bit complicated for me. So I think, you know, just bunging a load of bread mix and water and melted butter into the bread machine, pressing a button and going away, that's the way to make bread. I don't actually have any bread at all in the freezer, factory made bread. So I'm going to have that, and that'll keep me going until, you know, 5 p.m. That music I was listening to, I've just discovered this man. You won't know who he is. I've never heard of him. Daisy's... Stop it! Oh, she's a... Woo. Yeah, alright, stop it. Yes, you're not on camera. You have to make your presence felt, don't you? Spewing up. The chappie I've just discovered only last night, and I've ended up buying an album, and I'm going to buy a lot more of his albums. You won't have heard of him. He's called Johnny Coppin, and he's still alive. Normally I discover people when they're long dead, so it's nice to know that this chap's still alive, and I might be able to, after I've listened to his music a lot more, I might be able to sort of send him a message, say, oh, I've discovered you via Clifford T. Ward. Now, Clifford T. Ward, again, somebody, a lot of you, most of you watching will never have heard of Clifford T. Ward, a singer-songwriter. I discovered him by accident, and I'm really into Clifford T. Ward. Obviously, first love is ABBA, second love is Barbara Dickson, and I think Clifford is in third place at the moment. And this new chappie, Johnny, he could be sort of, I can't see him pushing Clifford off, but you know, they're on a par. And I only found out about Johnny because he covered a Clifford T. Ward song called Contrary. And I saw it on a YouTube channel that uploads a load of Clifford T. Ward, and I thought, oh, that's a good version. So I looked him up. Nothing on YouTube Music, hardly anything. So I can't really listen to a lot of his stuff. So I went on Bandcamp, and I listened to the album I've purchased, which I'm streaming at the moment. I bought the physical CD as well. I like to have that for the apocalypse, for when we don't have the internet. Hopefully we've still got some electric and I can still enjoy the music I love. So anyway, he's very new to me. We've just met. It's like the start of a relationship. You're sort of all finding out things. So far I've not heard anything from this chappie that I don't like. So we'll see how it goes. But it is, I'm quite, it takes a lot for me to be introduced to new stuff. I do like the same things over and over and over again. Listening to a very narrow, I mean, I got hundreds of CDs. I still got to find the ones I'm missing. When I did that CD haul, I'm sure there must be a box somewhere. I don't know where. So I do like other types of music, but I always go back to my favourites, and especially the music that I know all the words to. You know, I mean, I'd say 95% of Barbara Dickson's music I know all the words to. There's some of the folky stuff I don't, but certainly all her pop stuff I can sing along with Babs, and really enjoy it. I do enjoy singing. I'm not a great singer, but I do enjoy singing. It's very uplifting. So this chap, I've only just met him, so you know, I'm on my best behaviour, and I'm sure he is. That's what you are when you first meet a new person. You're also on your best behaviour, aren't you? You don't show them the real you, or no, you just show them the best you can, and then once you've hooked them, then you start being neurotic and mental, like I always do. And sometimes the person that you're neurotic and mental towards can't cope with that. They can't, you know. To give him his due, him upstairs, he has coped with it. Mainly because he just ignores me and just... Anyway, so... Yes, it's not very nice weather. Any road up, folks. I've got lots coming up. I have been a bit sort of lackadaisy, is it? Lackaday? With the uploads, you know, I've still got so much stuff to show you from the archives, you know, old stuff from the 90s. And I really want to get in touch with the 90s again, because the 90s for me is a bit of a blur. I can't remember much of the 90s, and then I'm getting reminded of things that happened in the 90s. I did record quite a bit in the 90s, so that'll help. But for me, it was always the 80s that seems to have most recollections of. I remember more of the 80s than I do the 90s. The 90s just passed me by, but I'm starting to think, oh yes, that was in the 90s. So I'm sort of remembering, oh yeah, the 90s was the time I got into video gaming and consoles, and I had, you know, Sega Mega Drive, and then I got a Super Nintendo, and I got Sega Game Gear, and I got Nintendo Game Boy, and then I got, you know, and I had that period of being into loads of video games. And then country music came along due to satellite television. That's another thing that came along in the 90s. And the internet, of course, started to grow more and more in the 90s. So yes, I think I should try and learn more about the 90s and remind myself, because I lived through it, obviously. But for me, it's not emblazoned on my memory as much as the 80s, I suppose. But what can you do but reminisce about the good old days with what's going on now? Can't mention it. I can't say what I feel. I'm not, I don't want to get locked up. I don't want to get locked up for 2 years for disagreeing with the people in charge. I don't think I could cope with prison. I mean, I've had the odd prison fantasy, but you know. Yeah, my prison fantasy, I would be the bitch of the top dog, you know, the one that everyone fears, the real, you know. He would take a shine to me in my fantasy, and he would look after me. He would get me everything I need, and he would protect me, and no one would dare look at me wrong, because a single glance from one of the inmates in my direction that was a bit negative, I'd go and tell my protector I need duff him up. I've always wanted that. I've always wanted someone who stood up for me and would not necessarily use physical violence, but maybe verbally, you know, not verbally abused, but you know what I mean? Just to have a protector, because I need looking after. I can't look after myself. Let's face it. Can't look after myself. I just need, you know, like Quentin Crisp was always looking for his, his dark, strong man. He never found it. He ended up living in New York, I think, and not bothering to dust for 8 years or so. Because he said after the first, was it something like after the first 4 years, the dust doesn't get any worse. Well, when was it? Monday or Tuesday? Hang on, I'll just check my calendar. When was it? Tuesday. It was Tuesday. I was doing a big deep clean of the living room, and I was well over an hour just cleaning the front window because it hadn't been cleaned for ages. I mean, not just quick squirt and a wipe. I mean, I had the blind, well, I had to take the blind down, cleaned all the Venetian blind, that took ages, but then it was up and it got locked in the up position, so I had to undo it, take the thing down, put a bit of lubrication in this doodah, and then I fixed it, and then cleaned all the UPVC, and I managed to clean both sides of the window from inside, because it's very hard to get to the front window downstairs because there's so much growth there. I told Mark he needs to trim it up. I said, Mark, trim your bush. So hopefully he will trim the bushes. So I managed to clean the front part of the window from inside, you know, leaning out. But the two side parts of the bay window, they haven't been cleaned, so I'll have to sort of, you know, tiptoe over the bushes and clean those. Pardon me, I've got a little bit of wind. So, oh yeah, so anyway, I had a hissy fit. I haven't had one of these for a long time. Now this is his fault. I said things I wouldn't normally say because the adrenaline was going. I was absolutely furious. I was in a rage because of him. His godson was coming with his girlfriend, and they were coming to the Peace Hall to see some artist, and they were stopping here the night. And Mark told me, he said, they won't be coming. You probably won't see them because they're going straight to the Peace Hall, and they'll be coming back here. It'll be after 11. And then initially, I think they were going to be stopping here and doing stuff, but in the end, they ended up going early in the morning, so I didn't see them. But anyway, I wasn't going to see them this time because Mark didn't tell me. He came home about 5ish and told me, oh, they're going to be here in half an hour, and there was still loads to do because I thought I had the whole evening to do more cleaning. So there was loads that hadn't been done. There was everything was out, and it was just a mad dash to just throw things in cupboards. I was absolutely mad with him, and I thought, shall I ring him up? Shall I ring him up and just double check when the visitors are coming? Because I have been waiting for these visitors. Help me. That's ABBA. I didn't. I should have done. He didn't tell me because he knew that they were going to be here early. He didn't tell me. And if he had told me, I wouldn't have spent an hour and a half or so cleaning just the front window. I'd have just gone round and got everything looking you know, respectable. But he didn't. So he comes in, drops the bombshell, and oh, if only it was being filmed. I don't know if I've ever been that angry. I'm getting worked up about it now. I must have, I don't know if it's OCD, autism or something. I've got something mild, one of those things, but it's quite mild because I can normally keep a lid on it. He knows that I hate to be embarrassed, and this stems from things that have happened in childhood where I've been embarrassed, and it's really, really affected me at school and other places. I've been embarrassed. I don't want to be unprepared. I don't want to be embarrassed. I don't want people coming around the house looking a mess. I can't let people in if it's a mess. Okay. So he put me in a position that I said I'm not going to see them. I said I couldn't see them, even though mostly it wasn't all done to what I wanted to do, but it was okay. They wouldn't have even noticed, I'm sure. Walking in, they'd have just seen, oh, you know, it's tidy, you know, but it wasn't to my standard, you know. And I got so angry that God, my heart's going. I said to Mark, it's a good job I didn't have my Apple Watch on, because it would have called an ambulance by now. It would have called an ambulance because of my heart rate. It would have also sent a little beep 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 saying the decibel level is too high. Reduce, you know, remove yourself from wherever you are. And the door was wide open. I didn't care what I said, and I told him a few home truths. Well, I've told them in I normally say these things to him, just in conversation, but I really said them with a bit of venom this time. Anyway, that's, you know, I'm reliving it now, and it's really upsetting me. And it's times like this you want to be a hermit. You want to have your own home and not see anybody ever again. You just want to, I can understand hermits, because I aspire to being a hermit and never seeing a single person again. You know, physically, I don't mind watching them on telly and YouTube. I think he's over my head. I can hear movement. It's probably over my head listening. You can watch the video later, Mark. I said to him, I'm that mad, I'm going to go live on YouTube. It's a good job I didn't. Because, well, I did calm down once he'd gone. So they arrived and then went to the concert, and I was in bed before they were back, and they were gone before I got up. So everything was just not finished. It was just thrown away, you know. I just threw things. I threw things into the study, I threw things into the cloakroom, I threw things into the garage, just quickly whipped round, and then went upstairs and stayed there until the coast was clear. And I didn't bother doing any more cleaning when they were out. I thought, no, they've seen it now. First impressions, you see. I thought, they've seen it how it is now. I mean, it wasn't, you know, by most people's standards, it wasn't filthy. The living room was all done. Quite pleased with the living room. I even pulled out the heavy sofa and cleaned all behind that, and, you know, it's had a really good spring clean. Bit late, but it's had it. So, yeah, my heart rate's still up thinking about that. So yeah, if I went to a shrink, I'd definitely be diagnosed with something. You know, it's got a name now, you see. Being obsessed with vacuum cleaners from a young age, it was just an odd thing. But now I would get a diagnosis for that, you know. But I don't really want to go down that route, you know. I think I know myself fairly well to know what I'm about by now. 55 years on this earth, I should know what I'm like. I do have insight. I believe I have insight, so I know. I know what triggers me. I know what I like. I know what I don't like, and I know I'm a bit odd. But yeah, I could just cry now. Just feel like crying. Just feel like bursting into tears. I don't think I've cried for a while, so I think my body needs it. I'm not going to do it now. I think I need to have a really good cry just to get it out. It's such a good stress relief. Anyway, on to nicer news. Right, I'm going to have my breakfast. I don't want all my sausages I don't want all my sausages to defrost because I'm only having 3 of the packet of 6. Right, I need to get a doodah. Hang on, it's in the dishwasher. Old Muggins has to. I normally have to fill and empty it. I'm really going towards glass now for food, for cooking and prep and storage. So instead of a small, and these are better anyway. I used to have small ones. Now these fit in my little Tefal multi-oven air fryer thing. Oh, excuse me, Daisy wants to go out. Oh. Right, sorry for that. Yes, I've binned them now, but I used to have little non-stick baking trays like this. Ideal for one person. You don't have to put a big baking tray in your oven. And those always, they have a little, you know, they're made of metal, so they have a rolled edge, and water gets under the edge and they start to rust. You'll know what I'm talking about. So at least with these Pyrex, this is just a single piece of glass. They come clean in the dishwasher, and they don't go rusty, and they're much better for food prep. And also, I know I shouldn't be eating convenience food and frozen meals, but when I do, I tend, if they're in plastic, I decant them into a Pyrex dish. Sometimes you have to leave them out. If they're frozen, you have to leave them out 5 minutes or so until they sort of loosen up, or get a knife round, and then you just plonk them in a similar sized Pyrex and either microwave or oven cook. Try to oven cook more than microwave. And so, because the plastic can, especially when it's heated up, can leach all sorts of chemical crap into the food, and I'm sure it's by design. So anyway, these little trays fit. This is one of the shelves for my air fryer. They fit in just perfect. So little Pyrex. Ocado sell them. I'm sure you can get them from Amazon, but Ocado had them on offer, so I bought some. So I'm just going to put 3 sausages. So let me see. That's the only thing I need to do. So the eggs will be going in a fry pan. The beans will be going in a saucepan. The bread will be going in a toaster. So I only have to. I normally would like some, instead of the bread, the toast, I would have some little hash browns, but I don't have any. Oh, I'm not sure I like these Lincolnshire ones. I normally get the red onion and rosemary sausage, but these are what I've got, and I'm trying to eat up as much stuff as I can and delay buying food. Right, so how long do these take? Oven 180 for 20 minutes, turning occasionally. Well, I don't need 20 minutes in my little air fryer, so I might do them for about 16. So I'll set the timer for 8 and then turn them and then do them for another 8 minutes. Right, I can take that out. About the middle I normally put them. I might move it up though. No, I'll do them in the middle to start with. This has gone all manky because I tried cleaning it with something I shouldn't have cleaned it with. And they're discontinued now. It's about £100 from Tefal at the moment. And it's very, very good. It just looks awful, and bits of the plastic are chipping away for some reason. So I'm not too happy about that. I'm just thinking, shall I buy another one while they've still got them, and put it away? So what did I say? 8 minutes. So 180 was it? I can't remember. 8 minutes, and then we'll have a look and then do them for another 8. There we go. I'm going to fry my eggs in a glass pan. These are the Vision by Corningware. So I think they're the same company as Pyrex. You can buy these new, but I read in reviews that the older stuff from the 80s is better. So this is vintage 80s. It's only a small one. I do want to get a slightly larger one. But again, it's just made of glass. Now, there's been horror stories of these exploding. I don't know if that's true. Some people might have. I think if you were to have this hot, plunge it into cold water, it might crack or do something. You don't need so much heat. You don't turn the heat up so much. The glass tends to retain the heat, so often I will turn the heat off long before the things have stopped cooking because they stay hot. What's that bleeping? Oh, it's the freezer. Oh, everything bleeps at me. So yes, I've done away with the non-stick pans. I mean, we've still got them. Mark uses them. Again, non-stick can leach stuff into your food, especially, you know, under high temperatures. So glass is really the best stuff. It can't leach anything, it can't transfer smells or flavours. It doesn't have any chemicals in it that can leach into your food. It's not non-stick, so you know, I fry in butter as well. I don't fry in any seed oil. I don't spray sunflower oil like I used to do in the old days. I've learnt about seed oils. So I put some real butter in that, heat it up, put the eggs in, and then you sort of have to gently ease the eggs out with your fish slice, and then get some of the butter underneath, and they come out okay. And this always comes clean in the dishwasher. So I'm going to use that. As I said, I want to get a larger one at some point, and I go to eBay. Sometimes you can get them new in the box. I've also got, excuse me, it's fresh out of the dishwasher. It's a bit small. I'm going to get a slightly larger one. I did buy another pan with a lid, but it's far too big. I think I want the size up from this. This is a milk pan with a little lip, but it's ideal for soup and beans as well. So I'm going to put my beans in that. So, you know, I think they look, I don't know, do they still look modern, or do they look retro? I don't care what they look like, to be honest. I just know. I mean, I do other stuff have stainless steel, which is probably the next best thing. But for me, glass, you know, and also I've been changing some of my storage doodahs and, you know, putting things in glass storage jars instead of plastic as well. But you know, that's what I've decided to do. It's up to you what you decide to do in your own home. But you know, I do my research. Yes, I do look into conspiracies, I have to admit. I don't believe all of them, but there's, you know, there's nothing conspiratorial by saying that glass does not have any nasty chemicals in. So that's a fact. Okay. Right, so I need to cut my bread. I've got this thing. It's not that good, but it's okay. I can never cut my bread machine bread properly. It's always like wafer thin at the bottom and a doorstep at the top. So this thing, it's a bit crap, but if I can get the thing open, that's that way. Got some crumbs. So you pop the bread in. You can adjust the thickness of the bread. Where's the thing? Oh, it's here. You get a thing. You see? So you can adjust it. So you've got to really ram, it'll only fit a certain size. It will fit my sourdough. You sort of ram it in, hold it in tight against the back of this, and then you get your bread knife in the slot, and that tends to do fairly uniform slices. So I'm going to have 2 slices of toast. I think I'll have to start heating up the pan and putting some butter in it actually. Just got this stuff out the freezer, sorry, this is a bit rock hard. Needs to be left out. This is the only spreadable butter I've found. I don't know if there's any others. This is M&S. So it's a spreadable butter, but it doesn't have oil in it. All those other butters are a mixture of butter and sunflower or rapeseed oil. So look into seed oils yourself if you think that you should be avoiding them. I think you should. They are in everything. Just like sugar's in everything, more or less. So I put a healthy knob of butter in, but it's still a bit frozen, this. Even when I use this from the fridge, I do tend to have to leave it out for 10 minutes or so before I can spread it. So I think, you know, I'm trying to cook a bit more retro. That's the aim anyway, to make retro recipes from the 70s and 80s, the stuff I was brought up on, and the stuff that most people were brought up on. I'm not going to meat and 2 veg, obviously, but you look at old stuff from the 70s and 80s, you know, pictures of people on, you know, video people on the beach, walking around shopping centres. You look at them and you'll see one thing in common: most of them aren't fat. Most of them are slim. And in the beach videos, you know, that is old stuff of Blackpool from the 70s, Loads of thin men and women, thin kids running about. The only sort of larger people you see tend to be those old ladies, you know, with the bloomers showing, and the sort of stereotype, you know, larger old lady on the beach. You used to get in those saucy postcards, the big fat lady and the really skinny man. So yeah, I'm just trying to be, you know, beans, they're pretty 70s, aren't they? Butter. The sausages, obviously, they're made of all sorts of, I don't know what. And but at least, well, the eggs, hopefully they're not too, you know, mucked about with. So, as I said, 2 fried eggs, beans, 3 sausage, a couple of slices of toast, some coffee for my Tassimo, although I'm phasing that out. When I've used up what I've got left, I'm going to sell my Tassimo. Again, it's got plastic. The things are in plastic and hot water's going through, and I'm thinking, might taste nice, the coffee, but what's it leaching into my body? We've had 8 minutes. Oh, they still look a bit insipid. They tend to, these ones. Oh, I haven't got a doodah. Hang on. Back to the dishwasher. I think it's in here. Is it? Yes. Me doodah. I'm gonna move it up a shelf because they look absolutely horrible. I don't normally like the Lincolnshire ones. Well, I prefer the other ones, the red onion and rosemary. I don't even have to use that, do I? Yeah, I'm going to put these on the top because they're not going crisp. The top is the nearest to the element. So we'll do them one on 180, and I think we'll do them for 7. Actually, no, I'll do them for 8 minutes. I'd rather they were a little bit crispier than soggy. We don't like a soggy sausage. I better start heating up the butter because the eggs do take a while. I don't use a high heat with these pans, so they take a bit longer. Let's prep my bread. I'll certainly get 2 slices out of this. So you have to sort of squeeze it in, jam it in. Don't worry, I have washed my hands, folks. I've just come out of the shower. Hang on, no, I haven't put it in right, that's right, yeah. Make sure it's... You have to make sure the bread is pushed right up against the doodah, folks. And then you can get your knife. I'm doing this all wrong, but anyway. If you're that bored you're watching an old puff make his breakfast, then there's no hope for you. But anyway, hopefully you might be enjoying the chit chat, I don't know. Oh, I've made right balls up of that. That's far too thick. At least it's consistently thick, isn't it? Oh well. I might as well try and get one more piece out of that. And that's a bit thick for one. I don't know if I need to adjust my doodah. I think somebody's been fiddling about with my settings. I don't know. Let's give it a go. Don't want to cut my fingers off. Oh heck, me butter's going. You turn me butter down. Is that down or up? There we go. Right. La-di-dum. Let me know what you enjoy for breakfast, folks. Now, obviously, oh, that's all right. I really need to do my 1 meal a day, so I'm sort of deviating. Oh, I've got this little piece here. I've deviated. I'm sort of having 2 meals a day at the moment, just while I'm using stuff up. I just wanted to use up my last 2 eggs. Because I don't know when I'll be able to buy eggs again. Well, when I get paid. But if I've got eggs, I mean, eggs are normally for me are normally a breakfast thing, but I do also have eggs if I was to have a bit of a fry up, you know, some veggie burgers and onion rings and beans, and then I'd have a fried egg or 2 with that. Right, so my butter's melted. One thing I hate when doing a fried egg is if I break the yolk. In fact, when I have more eggs than this, I'd put an extra egg in. Just I'd have 3 eggs instead of 2. If I've broken, you know what I mean. It's so frustrating. Oh, this has got a feather on it. I'm no good at doing cracking eggs, so I have to crack them into a little Pyrex jug. You see, I can't even open that. And normally, oh crikey, I'm that nervous. I'm shaking. I've still got the pent-up rage. Right, I've managed to get that in. So then I have to look in the doodah and check that I haven't got any shell in it. And then very carefully, because you can sometimes break it, just putting it into the pan. I think I need to be a bit more forceful when cracking an egg. You see, that one's spread out. There's no room for this one now. I'll just have to shove it in. So I've now got a huge double yolked egg with one white. But what I tend to do is when they've sort of firmed up a bit, I'll use the fish slice and cut them in two, and then it's easier to get the fat underneath, because it will stick. It's not non-stick. That's one of the things. I'd rather have a little bit of inconvenience and, you know, a bit of effort getting the eggs out than using non-stick now. I've got so many other non-stick. I got a little non-stick omelette maker a while back, so that's going to get sold or given to charity, because of course it's all non-stick. But if I want to make omelettes, I can, well, I need a bigger pan really. So I'm going to look for a larger one of these Vision fry pans, hopefully with a matching lid to prevent any splatter, and then also a slightly bigger saucepan to go with my milk pan, and then I'll be all set for my glass cookware. I do like the coffee that this machine produces, but it's just the fact that it's all this plastic, hot water's going through it, and I'm thinking, I'm trying to reduce my toxic load. So, you know, there's enough water in there. I normally empty the water out that's in there and refill it, but I'm going to live dangerously today and just bung a mug under that. If I can find one out of the dishy washy. So yeah, this Denby mug, it'll only do up to about there. So as I say, top it up, it's fine. It's topped up with hot water. I won't set that going. Oh well, I will. Shall I set it going now? I hate this because there's so many things happening. You've got to time it right. It's like a Sunday dinner or a Christmas dinner. You've got to make sure everything is on the table at the right time. So it won't matter if I do the coffee. So I make it hotter and stronger. Press the button. I think I need to turn the eggs down. Try and separate them. So they will stick. So you just have to sort of ease the fat. In fact, I'm going to turn those off because they will continue to cook in that pan. Just be careful. I'm not scared about these exploding. But you just want to be careful when you're using them. You don't want to give them any sudden impacts. Obviously, if you drop them, they'll smash. That's not too bad, that. I've got to be careful of the yolk. I don't want to split that yolk. There we are. That's a bit overcooked, the one I put in first. Yeah. Balls that one's nice. That one. That one. I'll pop them off the heat, and at the same time I've lit the flame under my beans, so I need to keep an eye on those. Keep an eye on the beans, la 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 la. Just put my sausages in for another couple of minutes. They're still looking insipid, but I expect they are supposed to be that colour. So that's my sausage done. I'll leave my sausages in the Tefal to keep warm. My eggs are done and they'll keep warm just in the pan there. Hopefully they won't cook too much more. My coffee's made, just need to make the toast. Don't overcook your beans. Just a bit. The eggs, I think I'm a bit worried about the eggs. I think I'll get the sausages out. Yes, they don't look very nice, but anyway. Yeah, the other ones, I would certainly recommend the Linda McCartney, the other ones I mentioned, the rosemary and red onion. They look a lot darker than those. But I suppose it's better than eating the flesh of an innocent creature. Ooh, bit controversial there. The beans. Oh, heck, me toast. Wait a minute. I don't know. Don't really want this now. Oh dear, that's going to take ages. By the time I've got the butter on here, everything will be stone cold. Let's hope not. Is this making you hungry, or is this making you think, ugh, yuck, that looks horrible? You see, I like it. It's a traditional, this is traditional for me, a traditional fry up. Obviously, a meat eater would have bacon, meat sausage, tomatoes, mushrooms, hash browns, fried bread, beans. Did I say black pudding? Black pudding? Ugh, that's blood. But anyway, this is the veggie version. It's not the vegan version, obviously. You can make this vegan. The beans are vegan. I'm not sure. The sausages might be vegan anyway. The bread isn't vegan because I've put butter in the bread, and of course I'm putting butter on the bread. But you can make that vegan. And of course the eggs to finish off are definitely not vegan. So until they can find a way of producing eggs without the use of chickens. Yeah, the eggs are a bit of a disaster. Well, one of them is. That one's not too bad. Yeah, don't look very appetising. So there you go. This is what I'm going to break my fast with. A traditional veggie fry up. Some chemical laced frothy coffee. And a sit down in front of the television to watch a comedy about a transsexual woman who dates a heterosexual man. It's called Boy Meets Girl, and it was on a few years ago. It's hard to get on DVD. Series 2 is. Anyway, I found it on Amazon Prime Video, and it's before all this woke stuff happened, you know, about people changing their genders and all this. There are hundreds of genders, you know, before all that. So it's quite wholesome compared to what we see now. It's just a regular man who was born in the wrong body, decided to transition. He meets a young man and they have a relationship, and yeah, it's quite sweet. And it was co-written by Simon Carlyle, who also co-wrote Two Doors Down. Some of you might know Simon Carlyle died suddenly. No explanation. He didn't commit suicide as far as I know. He died suddenly, and there was no need for an inquest or whatever. I don't know what happened with that. I looked it up recently. But anyway, he died suddenly, so we might not get any more Two Doors Down, unfortunately, because I do love that, but we might. Anyway, I'm going to eat this and I'll finish the video a bit later on. Oh, hi Daisy. Are you coming up then, bitch? Come on. Hello, my precious Desiree. You're so pretty. You're so pretty. Isn't she pretty, folks? Are you going to be 15 next, or are you 15 now? I think you're 15 in October. My darling. Anyway, I've had it. I didn't quite enjoy that. I don't like those sausages. Even though I cooked them for longer than it said, they were still quite soft. You might like a soft sausage. I personally like a more crispy sausage with a bit of a softer inside, but the whole sausage was a bit... I left half. So yeah, I don't really care for those Lincolnshire ones. Anyway, I've had it, still got some coffee left. I'm going to have some pudding. I'm just going to finish off, I know, no wonder I'm so fat. I'm going to finish off with a couple of Ferrero Rogers, look. These were given to Mark, I believe. I don't know if I was supposed to have any. By his godson and girlfriend. Probably the girlfriend bought them, I would say. It's normally a thing a lady would do when visiting a house. I don't think a bloke could think of bringing anything, especially for another bloke. Anyway, Mark doesn't like them. I'm not all that keen, but I'll eat them, you know. Mark's just come downstairs and told me that one of our neighbours' house is up for sale. There's no for sale sign. It's a neighbour opposite, sort of, semi-opposite, you know. I heard him ranting once because he took a parcel in for number 5 and he was going on and on, oh, I'm not doing this again. I thought, oof, flipping heck. I hope he never takes a parcel of mine in. Fortunately, I'm normally in to take parcels and I know when parcels are due because I'm always tracking them. But I thought, blimey, he has taken a parcel once, I think at least. I've taken parcels for them more than once though. So, you know, he can't complain if he has to take a parcel for me. I'm not keen, I'll do it. I'll take parcels in for my neighbours, but, you know, I'll do it. But it's the fact that, oh crikey, now I've got to listen for the neighbour ringing on the bell to collect the parcel, you know. I'm like thinking, oh, when are they going to come, when are they going to come? And I can't really get on, you know. So here's a Ferrero Rocher. So I'm having 2, and then that's me. I won't have a main meal. I'll not have anything else. I might have a little snackette, 5 or 6 or something. I won't have anything, a full meal. To finish the video, let's just get you up to speed, if you're interested. I've got lots coming up actually. I don't know how I'm going to fit them in, but I'm going to. So, whatever the date was, Alexa said, I can't remember, but the next thing coming up for me shortly is I'm going off to my mum's for a week. My mum's going on holiday again with my brother and sister-in-law and 3 dogs. So I'll be looking, I think, yeah, they are taking the dogs. I don't really know why I'm needed. Oh no, that's right. I'm not needed really at my mum's house, but I have to feed my brother and sister-in-law's pussies. So that's why I'm needed. That's right. I've remembered now. I don't really need to go to my mum's because her house will be empty, and she has a man over the road that keeps an eye on things. So yeah, so I'm going to feed the cats. I don't think I have to go twice a day or something. I've done it before. They survived. I'm also shampooing carpets, so I'm going to, my sister-in-law's asked if I'll shampoo her living room and stairs. So I thought, oh yes, that'll be good, because I've got a big carpet washer I haven't really demoed, and it's the best carpet washer I have. The Bissell Big Green Clean Machine. And it's the one I get out. If all else fails, I get that big beast out, and that does the job. That's the daddy of carpet washers so far. So I'm going to take that because I want to do all my mum's carpets again, all of the house with the Bissell. So I'll have it there. So I thought, oh, that's handy. So, you know, kills 2 birds with 1 stone. I'm doing them a favour, but it's also doing me a favour because I can video, you know, make a video. I'll do a video at my mum's using it as well. So that should, you know, stop all the comments saying when you're going to do a demo of the Bissell Big Green. Although I have said to people it is the best, but they can't take my word for it. They need to see. But yeah, as far as I'm concerned, all the different carpet washers I've used, if you're after a carpet washer, it is expensive. It's probably the most expensive domestic carpet washer you can buy. I think Amazon had it on offer recently on 12 interest-free payments, but it was still around £600 or so. It was a bit cheaper when I bought it, but it's the daddy. If you've got lots of carpet, that's the best. As far as I'm concerned, from what I've used. Anyway, so yes, I've got a week there. My mum's only away for 5 days, but I think Mark's bringing me on the Sunday. Mum's going away on the Monday, coming back Friday, and I think Mark's collecting me on the Saturday because he's got some plans for the weekend or something, I don't know. So there's that. So I'll be at my mum's, I'll do some filming for my mum's, sort some vacuums out to sell and stuff. Go to York on the bus, that sort of thing, what I normally do. I'll have to get some food delivered. I have to remember to do that actually. But I can also get some food from M&S when I go into York. Pardon me. Then, also in September, we're off in the caravan to... oh, it's somewhere on the coast in Yorkshire. Whitby. We've been there before to this particular site, but we weren't fully serviced. We're going to be fully serviced. And we both like Whitby, and it's a nice walk from the caravan site into Whitby town, just along the prom thing. But that might be our last caravan holiday. We are considering selling the caravan next year. It's just getting too expensive to have caravan holidays. And as much as I like it, as much as I like the caravan, it is getting a bit much, and we find that when we go on holidays in rented houses or cottages, it is simpler and easier. There's no setting up. You just throw your stuff in. You've got a lot of space. And it's just, you know, it's easier somehow. We'll see. But I think we are both veering towards selling it next year if we can get a decent price. If they don't offer us a decent price, then we'll probably hold on to it. It all depends. But anyway, so that's the last holiday. Well, we might fit in a long weekend in the caravan, maybe, after that. And then in October, I'm off to East Grinstead in West Sussex on my own to stay in a travel lodge in the centre of East Grinstead. I think that's 5 nights I'm staying. So I've got lots planned. Oh, crikey. So I'm going to, I think it's I think I'm going down on a Thursday. So I'll be there. So I've got Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday. So I've got 4 full days. I think that's right. I think I'm going down Thursday. So I've got Friday, which I'm not sure what I'll do on Friday yet. Might go to Crawley on the bus. Then Saturday, that's very busy. I'm going back to London on the Saturday. I'm seeing Abervoyage again. So that's the 3rd time, but this time it's a matinee at 3 p.m. And then yesterday I was going through my Instagram and I follow Miranda Hart, you know, from Miranda the sitcom. And she's got a new book out, and she's also doing a sort of a Q&A sort of not meet and greet as such. Well, you can meet and greet if you pay the extra, but I didn't. But she's doing this theatre thing at the Theatre Royal in Drury Lane, London. And it happens to be on the same day as Abervoyage. So I thought, can I do both? Can I do both? While I'm in London, I'm actually in London. What a coincidence. I'm there on the day she's doing a London show. So I checked, they had a few tickets left, a handful of tickets. I couldn't book the first one because it was in the stalls, at the back row of the stalls, and there were 2 tickets available, one either end. So I thought, oh, I'll book the single ticket next to the aisle. That'll be fine. Wouldn't let me. It's ridiculous how it works. It wouldn't let me book that one. But then there was, in the Royal Circle, there was a single ticket left. There was 2 occupied, 1 free, and then the rest occupied. So I tried booking that single ticket, and that worked. And then I've checked the view, and it's probably a better view, actually. It's higher up. So that was £47, which I don't think is bad for London Theatre Doodah. But for that 47, you also get a signed copy, first edition signed copy of her new book, which maximum price of that is 25. I've seen it on Amazon pre-order for 18 odd. The cheapest I've seen it is actually W.H. Smith pre-order at £12.50. So anyway, the cheapest I could have got that book would be £12.50, but not signed. So let's take out the cost of the book. I think it's a reasonable price. So I'm going to go to London, do the Abervoyage. It's near Covent Garden, I think, the theatre. So I'll get near to where the theatre is, have something to eat and look around in the nearby vicinity. Then go and see Miranda in the evening, and then there's plenty of trains back to East Grinstead because I have to get from Covent Garden to Victoria Station and then Victoria to East Grinstead and then back to the hotel. So Saturday, full on in London, and then I'm going, glutton for punishment, I'm going back to London on Sunday to, well, this is still like this. I bought the ticket, it was only a tenner, so if I lose it, I'm not too bothered, but I'm hoping to go to this Clean and Tidy Home show, which is in London somewhere. So that'll be another trip to London. That's only going to be a couple of hours. So I'm hoping to be able to fit in some shopping or possibly a visit to the Museum of the Home. That's the point, because I wanted to go to that. So if I can fit a couple of hours at the Clean and Tidy Home show, bit of lunch or something, Museum of the Home, that'd be fantastic. And then on the Monday, I'll just probably keep it local, see my brother, possibly. And then I'm coming back home on the Tuesday. So that's going to be quite a busy time for me. But I'm looking forward to it. I'm not as apprehensive as I was the first time I went to London. I'm a little bit more apprehensive because of all the that have been going on. I'm not masturbating, you know. Maybe that. that seems to be going on a bit more, not just in London, as who knows, by the time you see this there might be more reported. So I'm not going to look, if it's my time to go, it'll be my time. I'm not going to be scared of going to London, because think of the millions of people around London who go about the business with no problems at all. Anyway, I'll have my guardian angel with me. I'll ask my guardian angel to look after me while I'm in London. As my guardian angel, hello, my guardian angel looks after me all the time anyway, but especially when I'm out and about, feeling a little bit more vulnerable. But as I said, in London, keep your wits about you. Never walk around London looking down at your phone. Don't do that. Keep any valuables close. Make sure your wallet or purse is tucked in somewhere where no one but you can get to it. And just be aware of your situation. Be aware of your surroundings. I mean, that goes for everywhere you go in a built-up area, really, especially now. Things are getting worse in the United Kingdom. So just keep your wits about you. So I thought, well, look, I'm going to enjoy ABBA for the third time. I'll be going, oh, I forgot, in November, it's back to London again with my mum, because I'm taking her to see ABBA Voyage in November. So, so it's all, you know, it's a bit much. But I just decided, just do it, Rog. Get out there, do it. The more you do it, the easier it is. Mark told me, oh, you'll be going abroad on your own next. I said, no, that's not going to happen. I don't have a passport anyway, a valid passport. But I'm not going to London on my not going abroad on my own. I couldn't do that. Couldn't get on a plane and do all that. Especially a country that doesn't speak English. You know, it would be, I couldn't do it. I'd need someone with me. And I'd rather have someone with me when I'm going to London. But, you know, I won't have anyone with me. It is better to share. On the other hand, when you're on your own, you've only yourself to please, and you can indulge yourself, and you can spend as long as you want in various shops, seeing various exhibits, going to museums, and doing what you want without having to think, oh, there's another person who probably doesn't want to do the same things you want to do always. They might not be so into it. And you have to cut things short. I'm always cutting things short because I'm thinking, oh, well, Mark's not keen, or Mark's waiting in the car for me, or, you know. So there is an advantage of solo travel, because you've only yourself to look after, you've only yourself to please. You don't have to consider, hello Daisy, another person. But still, it is nice to share things as well. Right, I'll go now. I'll just let my... Oh, Daisy, what are you doing? Can't trust her. She's a little bit incontinent now. So anyway, I'm going to finish my coffee. One more Ferrero Rocher. Clean the kitchen. And then I'll probably edit this video to start with. And then I shouldn't have eaten, because I feel like going back to bed now. That's the trouble. When I don't have a breakfast, I've got more energy. If I just have a black coffee and just delay eating until after midday, I get more done. But now I'm starting to think, oh, I could just go back to bed. My eyelids are getting, you know. But anyway, I won't. I'll soldier on. Woo! I think we're going out on Saturday to see our friends down in Clive, they are coming here, or we're meeting them somewhere. So I'll have to find out. I'll have to get the details from Mark. Hopefully he'll tell me the full facts this time, so I'm not surprised at the last minute, rushing round trying to tidy up the house because I wasn't prepared. It's my fault. One day the house will be always ready for visitors. Always. Anyway, Mark came down, tried to give me a hug just now. He said, oh, thank you for sorting out my office. It's really great. And because I assembled his desk and everything. I said, well, it's not finished yet. There's still stuff in it. You know, but he can walk to his desk and use his desk. He's got a lamp and it's all, you know. So I can hear him talking now. He's that way. Instead of him being that way in his bedroom, he's now above my head, just above where I'd normally film vacuum videos. So no vacuum video filming today, but hopefully he's going to work tomorrow, so I might get a vacuum, well, I want to get a vacuum video filmed tomorrow. So thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed having breakfast with me, and I will see you all at some point for the next video.